This is Skye, your Soulful Progressive with FNN, Feminist News Network, that Feminist News, that's right for you. Welcome to Skye in the Pagoda Room, giving you that soulful news you need every time, yes indeed. So what is it I want to talk to you about today? What is going on? What is it I want to talk about? I want to talk about the Prigozhin Wagner failed coup in Russia. I don't want to talk much about it, but what I do want to do is break down all the propaganda in the U.S. loving on this coup bullcrap. So we're going to take a look at what really happened during this 24-hour coup attempt. Then we're going to quickly discuss.
On Friday evening, Wagner PMC Group co-founder Yevgeny Prigozhin says the Russian military has attacked a rear camp of the Wagner Group. Russian military officials deny those reports, and a criminal case against Yevgeny Prigozhin on charges of organizing an armed rebellion is opened. Around 8 a.m. on Saturday morning, a video with Yevgeny Prigozhin conducting talks with Russia's deputy defense minister and military intelligence chief in the southwestern Russian city of Rostov-on-Don appears on social media. The Wagner chief claims his troops have taken control of local army facilities and military vehicles are heading to Moscow.
We are at the headquarters. At 7:30 a.m., Rostov's military facilities, including its airfield, were taken under control. Planes leaving for combat as well as humanitarian flights are working as usual. There have been no problems.
Military vehicles are also seen moving through the streets of the city of Rostov-on-Don. Russian law enforcement raids Wagner Group offices in St. Petersburg. Authorities are deployed to monitor the situation in the city with reinforced security measures. A counter-terrorist operation regime is imposed in Moscow and the surrounding Moscow region, as well as the Voronezh region. All mass public events are canceled. Russia's defense ministry calls on Wagner fighters not to participate in an armed insurgency. Russian President Vladimir Putin addresses the nation and describes the unfolding events as treason.
What we are facing now is treason. Big ambitions and personal interests have led to the betrayal of one's country, one's nation, and the cause for which Wagner's fighters and commanders were fighting along with the armed forces. I repeat, any internal rebellion is a deadly threat to our state, to us as a nation. It's a blow against Russia, against our people, and our action to defend our motherland against such a threat will be harsh. All those who deliberately went on the path of treason and prepared an armed rebellion and are preparing terrorist attacks will inevitably be punished.
Following the televised speech, Russian regional leaders expressed their support for President Putin. RT correspondent reports an explosion near the military headquarters in Rostov-on-Don. People are seen running from the site of the blast.
We just heard a loud bang near the headquarters of the military headquarters here in Rostov. And we heard the screams for us to run away from this place as soon as possible. You can see both people are running, but I guess we can slow down.
Wagner PMC military hardware is seen moving through the Voronezh and neighboring Lipetsk region. Governors reassure the public that law enforcement agencies and authorities are undertaking all necessary measures to ensure the safety of citizens. In Voronezh, Wagner fighters reportedly attempt to shoot down a Russian military helicopter. The aircraft is said to have deployed decoy flares to divert the incoming missiles. Chechen Russian special forces are seen near the city of Rostov-on-Don to quell the Wagner rebellion. In Moscow, numerous checkpoints are set up on highways in the city's outskirts. The situation remains calm in the capital. Moscow's mayor declares that Monday is a non-working day to avoid rush hour crowds and traffic jams. The head of the Wagner military group tells his troops to end their march towards Moscow and agrees on steps to further de-escalate the situation after the talks with Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko. The troops to end their traffic jams. City's outskirts. The situation remains calm in the capital. Moscow's mayor declares that Monday is a non-working day to avoid rush hour crowds and traffic jams. The head of the Wagner military group tells his troops to end their march towards Moscow and agrees on steps to further de-escalate the situation after the talks with Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko. The negotiations are said to have been conducted throughout the day. The criminal case against Prigozhin is said to be terminated, with the Wagner chief reportedly heading to Belarus to take shelter as the dust settles. Wagner PMC forces begin to leave the city of Rostov-on-Don. As of 11 a.m., all Wagner troops are said to have left the city, heading back to their field camps. Yevgeny Prigozhin leaves Rostov-on-Don around 11:30 p.m.
The Kremlin's announced the criminal case against the Wagner chief has been dropped. The Kremlin spokesman also said Wagner fighters will not be prosecuted, taking into account their efforts on the front lines in Ukraine. The Belarusian president's press office underlined the importance of de-escalating tensions.
The negotiations were held throughout the day. We came to an agreement on the inadmissibility of unleashing a bloody massacre on the territory of Russia. The head of the Wagner PMC accepted the proposal of the president of Belarus to stop the movement of armed Wagner personnel on the territory of Russia and to take further steps to de-escalate tension.
We are grateful to the Belarusian President Lukashenko for his efforts. He's known the PMC Wagner head for 20 years, and it was the president's personal initiative. He managed to resolve the situation without further losses and escalation. As a result, an agreement was reached that the PMC will return to their field camps. Some of the fighters will sign contracts with the Russian Defense Ministry. They have changed their minds and asked the ministry to come back. As for the others, no one will persecute them. We have always respected their heroic deeds. As for the Wagner head, Yevgeny Prigozhin, the criminal case has been terminated and he himself will live for Belarus. The evening conversation that fixed this agreement was warm and constructive.
The Russian Foreign Ministry says Moscow received support from a number of countries to its response to the rebellion, including China.
I know you saw that. Okay. One thing that's certain, that the people of Moscow and Russia were certain that this would be handled quickly, and it was. They didn't expect a full-blown outbreak, and there wasn't. U.S. was hoping for one, and they didn't get it. Now, what does this prove more than anything? You can say it was a coup. You can say it was an attempt at what's the word I'm looking for? It was a psyop. You can say it was a psyop, but I'm going to tell you what it was. It was them not talking diplomacy. Not Russia, the U.S. If they would have talked diplomacy and got what is supposed to have been settled back in April of 2021, this wouldn't be going on. None of this would be going on. The gas wouldn't be high. Your energy bills wouldn't be low. The shelves wouldn't be half empty, and you would be drinking Russian vodka and having a good damn time. Now, talk less what's going on, talk more diplomacy. Plain and simple. Because we don't need Nazis running the U.S. We don't need Nazis anywhere. And if you agree with me, leave those comments below and let me know at FeministNewsN@gmail.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe to that YouTube channel and that Facebook page. And remember, I'm that Soulful Progressive. One on Twitter, got that rant of the day on Blogger. And I'm no longer that one-woman team because we got that news crew. Thanks, you news crew. Woo! Yeah. Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate y'all. Let's get it to 1,000. We're going to get back to that because we're going to rev it up and do it right and get live and have everybody calling in and talking and giving their views because there's some soulful point of views out there and they need to be told and we really want to hear them. Yeah. So, if you care to get me a cup of coffee, that's Venmo at SkyeSoulfulProgressive. Mahalo and thanks in advance. And remember, in this era of hate, you're going to have to participate. And why is that? So we can make politics work for all of us. Thanks for watching.